Oh my god. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows was so good. Like, so mind-blowingly, excellently, sadly beautiful. I don't even know where to start. I took notes on a Word document of things to go over. This might not be in, like, perfect order, so sorry if it's not. Malfoy Manor, wasn't how I pictured it. Like, I pictured it a lot different, basically, than the movie did, but it was still pretty good. And the part with, like, all the Death Eaters at the table and the Muggle studies teacher at, like, floating, that was, like, perfect. Like, she looked so, like, just, like, sad and, like, pathetic. Like, how her, like, it was just, I thought that was really good. I was a little bummed that they didn't have, like, the Dudley thing and how he, like, makes up to Harry, but I guess, like, people that just watch the movies would be kind of, like, confused because you don't really see him that much in any of the other movies. So, like, it might not have, like, meant as much to, like, them. I love the part where Harry looks at the cupboard underneath the stairs and, like, he sees those toy figures. Because, like, I just pictured, like, little Daniel Radcliffe / Harry and, like, the first movie where we saw him playing with them. And it just made me, like, really sad but really happy at the same time. It's sad because it's, like, then he, like, didn't know he was a wizard, and now, like, well, this is the happy part, but he had all, like, these great things happen to him, and friends, and but, like, also then it was, like, simple, and now it's, like, hard times. I just really like that because it, like, showed those differences. The Hermione charming her parents part is, like, the first, like, minute of the movie, and I, like, almost started crying. Like, my eyes were tearing up. I just thought that was so sad. Like, you could just tell in her face, like, how hard that, like, must have been for her to do. And overall, I just saw Emma Watson had, like, really good acting in this movie. I think all of them did. Like, I think they all pretty much improved it up for this movie. Like, Ron standing outside his house, like, just, like, the look on his face. It's like he's scared for himself, but, like, for his family. The whole Polyjuice, like, jokes about Mad Eye I thought were hilarious because they were, like, relating to the fourth book. I thought that was so funny. I like the thing with Hagrid, how he's saying, like, oh, Harry, I brought you here, like, 17 years ago, or whatever, as a little baby, and I'm carrying you away now. I thought that was really cute, because it's, like, it shows how much, like, he's grown. Mundungus Fletcher is not at all how I pictured him. In this movie, he's, like, kind of, like, gangster. Like, I pictured him more, like, scraggly. I don't know, it just wasn't how I saw him. Like, Fleur's line, like, don't look at me, I'm hideous, was funny when she was, like, Harry, and when she was, like, holding Bill, but it was really, like, Daniel Radcliffe. I thought that was funny, too. Okay, Bill, I did not like. In the book, he's supposed to be, like, attractive, and, like, I always pictured him, like, not, like, in the movie. Like, in the movie, I just thought he was, like, too gingery, like, creepy looking, kind of, just not cute at all. Sorry, Bill. Hedwig part was so sad, like, I started tearing up. It was just, like, because it's, like, back to, like, the first movie, like, when Harry first got her, and it just, like, marks, like, the beginning of it, now it's, like, the end, and I just thought that was really sad. And I reread the book after the movie, and I got this quote: the owl had been his companion, his one great link with the magical world whenever he had been forced to return to the Dursleys. And I really liked that. It was just, like, it just made me really sad. And the part with George, like, with his ear, like, that already made me really sad, and then I just thought about, like, Fred dying in the next movie, and, like, I literally, like, don't know how I'm gonna handle that. Like, I almost started crying because George's ears fell off, and, like, just, like, the look in, like, Fred's face, because, like, he's, like, always funny, and, like, he was so serious, like, how George is gonna cope with it. It's gonna be so sad, especially because, like, they're always, like, the happy ones, and they, like, mark, like, happiness. Like, one of them has to die. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it. When Creature and Dobby are, like, wrestling Mundungus, oh my god, it was just so cute. Like, Dobby's literally the cutest thing in the world. And, like, his little, like, shoes are just so adorable. Like, I'm in love with him. It's a little weird, but the Harry Hermione dance, I know a lot of people, like, don't like it, but I like loved it. I started crying. Like it was so cute, and like just when they're like laughing and happy, I just started crying because it's like so sad to like, because they used to just be able to be like that, like all three of them, like all the time, and it's just sad because like it's not like that anymore, and it made me so sad. But I thought it was adorable. I know I keep saying I cried, but literally I cried the whole movie. But at Godric's Hollow, I cried at like the part where Harry visits his parents. I just thought that was really, really sad because like obviously it's really emotional. And Bathilda Bagshot, find a scarier woman. Literally, like I knew what was coming, but like even without the snake, like she was terrifying. Oh my god, like when Harry walked in the room and she was like right there, I was literally like, oh god. She was so scary. Straight up. I screamed too, like that part where like the snake was like downstairs and it was just like, oh god. The Hermione Harry kiss was so odd, like it just so wrong. It was so like weird. I don't know. It was funny though. Hermione was just like, why would anyone want you, Ron? And then her and Harry just like went at it. Like, Xenophilius Lovegood, I thought was perfectly casted. Like he looked like really good, and I thought he was just like good, like craziness, but also you could tell like he was like damaged because he's like worrying about his daughter. I thought that was just like a really good scene. They really should have kept the part when they go to Luna's room and like see all the friend like pictures and stuff, because like when I read that in the book I thought it was like adorable, and it like, because it was like a big moment, because like you realize like how much they mean to her. The three brothers like animation they did, I didn't like it personally. Some people thought it was cool because it was like unlike everything else in Harry Potter, but I would have liked like real people better. I don't know, I thought that would be more like cool to see that. Like I was excited to see like what they would look like and stuff, but yeah. Luna calls Dobby sir, and he's like, oh, I like her. I don't know the exact line, but like literally he's like the cutest thing ever. I was just like, oh. And when like Bellatrix is like holding Hermione, and then you just, it's like all intense, then you just hear like and Dobby's like, he's so cute. Like literally I love him. I loved all his lines in this movie. Like when he's like talking to Bellatrix and he's like, Dobby's a free elf. It was just like, oh no, because I knew what was coming. And literally his last lines were so bleeping sad. Like literally, oh my god, like find sadder lines. Really. Like I was literally like bawling, like stream of tears. Like I was trying really hard not to like loud cry, like you know when you're like like that, because I didn't want to like disrupt people around me. Like that's how hard I was crying. Oh my god, I love Dobby. He's one of my favorite characters. All of my favorite characters die in Harry Potter besides Neville. My favorites are Sirius, Lupin, Dobby, and Neville. But like thinking about like how sad Dobby made me, like that's just one person. Like the last book, the last movie, I don't even, like I'm gonna be like on the floor like weeping because like Fred, Lupin, like everyone, like Tonks, like I'm just gonna be like dead. Straight up, it's gonna be the saddest thing ever, like, because Dobby was like literally the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. The ending, like right after you see Voldemort get that, like the screen went black, and like in my head I was like, next scene, next scene, next scene, and then it, like the credits came up and I was like, no, did not want it to end. It's like I want it to be like now, but at the same time I don't, because it's the end. I'm gonna be an emotional wreck. I'm glad it's in the summer, because if not, I would have like had to take weeks off from school. I just thought it was a really, really good movie, and I thought they like really stuck to the book in this one. Like the last one, I still thought it was a good movie, but like they skipped so many like really good parts. Like this one, I only had like a few critiques. I love this shit. Literally, this is awesome. This is my drawing of Philo for my challenge. I don't know if you can see this, but she's hanging upside down, because that's what she did in one of her videos. And she's saying, I love Harry Potter. And I know her legs look kind of deformed. I apologize, I'm awful at drawing. I will see you tomorrow, Katie.